Okay, I got it ready. I got the side on. Well, actually, this is my secondary computer. The other computer is out of here and plugged in. This computer is, I've had this thing for years. Well, it used to be a badass in its day. It's an old Athlon Barton 2800 AGP with a XT 1650, and it's got 2 gigs of DDR 400 memory. And it's actually overclocked from 2 gigs to 2.3 gigs, and it's been overclocked for about like 8 years. So all I'm doing is removing the video card, and well, pretty much be removing the whole board, video card, processor, memory, sound card, taking it out, and be putting in the motherboard that I took out of my other computer. And I'm either going to use this board in another computer or just sell it. It's pretty good for everything but games now. I can still play some games, actually, fairly decent. Here, just disconnecting the IDEs, power cables, headers, stuff like that. Fans, removed that nice big aluminum fan out of there. This thing runs hot. Now see that copper cooler? That thing probably cost 50 bucks in its day. Now it's pretty much worthless unless you converted it for AM3 or something like that. And that thing runs, if I didn't have that copper cooler on there, I would not be able to run a 2.3 gigs, which sounds like nothing, but that's pretty good overclock for that old processor. That's actually N-Force 2 motherboard, the best motherboard you could get for that time. Okay, here's a motherboard removed, empty case. Preparing to bring in the motherboard. Here it is, the motherboard that I took out of the other computer. So this computer now is basically the old computer. 2.8 gig overclocked to 3.2, 4 gigs DDR 800, excuse me. Okay, here I'm getting ready to pop in my 250 gig SATA hard drive that has Vista on here. I'm actually keeping my that's a 250 gig right there hard drive with the IDE. I'm gonna keep both of them in there, so that way I can if I want to boot Vista, I can. If I want to boot XP, I can. And I have a total capacity of obviously 500 gigs. Okay, here I run the IDEs, the SATAs, and the power wires. Now this power supply doesn't have that many cords, and there seems to be the right length for that case. Okay, here I'm putting in my old 4850 ATI card that I've had put away since I got my new one. It's a very respectable card. I got that thing summer of '09 for 100 bucks, and that's still a deal now. You can max out just about every game with that thing. The only reason I got the new video card is for Battlefield 3 to max it out. Okay, here I'm just throwing in an old Dell for a friend. I had a 1 gig memory. I'm just throwing in a gig of memory to make it a little bit better. It's an old Intel Pentium 4 Prescott 2.8 gig. I like that case, even though it's ugly. I like how it folds open nice and easy. So, nice little upgrade. All done. And there'll be more to come.